Hey, good morning, guys. Good morning. This is Spirit Journey. Today is January 26th, 2021, and the time it's after 4. It is about 4:30 in the morning. Yeah, I'm using my iPad to do this live stream. Yeah, my cell phone is acting up. Yeah. Um, yesterday when I went out with my pack using the cart. I was doing the live stream outside, and then boom! Yeah, hey, how you doing, viewer? Good morning, good morning. Yeah, hope I don't look too bad. Yeah, I have on my regular glasses to watch. I don't have the pinhole glasses right now. I'm just using my regular one. I would prefer you to really see my eyes. Yeah. Yeah, I can't find my pinhole right now, so that's why I put these on, but it's all good. Yeah, how's your day going? Yeah, it's early bird. Yes, I invite you all. Hey, hi, Camp Islam. Yeah, what about Islam? Tell me more, Camp. Yeah, this live stream is a casual, just I have general topics, but I go with the flow too. Yeah. Yeah, I'm using my iPad here. It's weird using it. Um, yeah, I had problems using it to do the live stream. I used to use it, and then there was problems. But I realized what the problem was. When I updated the software, uh, it YouTube had a different setup, and they use a different button to do the live streams, and I didn't know about it. Issa means Salim, and Salim means okay, okay. Thank you for sharing that, Camp. Yeah, peace to you. Peace to you. Could you hear me, Camp? I want to make sure everything's good. I have my iPad plugged into the outlet, so because sometimes when I'm doing a live stream, uh, the sometimes the live stream requires a lot of energy and it's not charging fast enough to do the upload. Oh, great. I'm glad you can hear me. Great. So I do have it plugged in the outlet. So the juice is in, and then I have this. Because again, my voice is soft and it's early morning. I don't want to talk too loud and the neighbors, things like that. Um, yeah, I hope you all doing well out there this early morning. Yeah, I see. I go to bed early. I've been, you know, I eat my one meal a day, and I notice now after I eat my meal, it doesn't matter whether it's meat or just veggies or something. I get real sleepy. I never used to. That never used to happen, but it happens now. Yeah. And I did go out yesterday. I had a walk, and I get tired easy. Yeah, I do my little walk, as some of you saw yesterday. I walk with my pack. I haven't walked with my pack in this stroller for over 2 weeks. And I used to do my live stream with you guys while I'm walking my pack in the stroller and going to the park or wherever. Um, yeah, I get tired. Yeah. So I do my little walk, come back, and then I sit down and watch videos, whatever. And around 5 o'clock, I eat my meal for the day. And then right after, like an hour later, man, I want to go to sleep. Yeah. So at 7 o'clock, 7 in the evening yesterday, I could I could barely keep my eyes open. Yeah, I was watching a video and falling asleep on it, and I couldn't keep my eyes open. So, yeah, so I said, let me just, yeah, I slept out here in the living room where I am right now, and I fell asleep. And I got up like at 1 o'clock in the morning. And so I just turned, I left my computer that's over there, on the other side there where I'm looking at now. I left it on and I fell asleep with the video playing. And yeah, that's what happened. So when I woke up around 1 o'clock, I had, it stopped playing, but it's still on. And so I just started watching video. So what I want to talk about today, yeah, I'm using my iPad and to do this live stream. I'm having problems with my iPhone. I was doing the live stream yesterday. 10 minutes into it, it died out. Yeah, it just froze. The screen froze, and I pressed the home button on the phone, and it wouldn't change the screen. It froze. And so I had to press the off button, and it eventually went away. But it turned out that it was still going on, the live stream. Like it was programmed to be on, like even though the screen froze, it was still recording. And I didn't know that. And so when I got home and went on my computer to try to find out what happened, I see that it did a 30-minute stream. I said, how did that happen? Because on the phone it said only, it jammed at the 10-minute position. So yeah, and I notice also when I do the live stream on my cell phone, the screen starts blinking nonstop, and it seems to happen when I do when I do videos on it. I don't know why. So I don't know whether it's the phone or YouTube. I don't know. So, um, so I'm using this phone, this iPad to do the live stream. And I have to eventually go to make an appointment with Apple and have my phone checked out. Yeah. So, yeah, 2 years ago. Yeah, I'm just remembering now. It could have been 2 years ago. I was doing a live stream. Yeah, and I was I was I was taking a bath, and it was like real early in the morning, and I just felt like doing a live stream. Yeah, I think it was early morning. But either way, it was yes, it was early morning. Um, and I it cuts out, you know, and then yeah, that was the one. That was the video I did that had animal sounds. Remember, I don't know, Camp, if you saw that video. Um, like I was just doing a live stream. Then there was a glitch on my phone, and so I think I had to like redo it. Like I pressed the button. I said, let me just restart it, just do another live stream. Well, yeah. So I rechecked. Okay, Camp. So I rechecked what was recording. Oh, I remember. Okay, I redid it, and everything I thought was okay, right? Until something said, listen to what you just recorded. You know what happened? There was what sounds like animal sounds, like it sounded like a zoo. First, it sounded like water. Now I was in the tub, the room was dark. Like I just wanted to do more like a voiceover, and I was just relaxed in the tub, and I was just talking, and it it sounded like you heard like someone. It sounded like someone walking in a puddle, and then you hear these growls. When it first happened, when I first listened to it, I got scared. I said, "What's this?" Yeah. So I uploaded it. I said, "Hey, folks, what do you think is happening with this phone, this recording?" Um, and then I also I did an experiment. I have a video editing software, and so I thought, "Hey, let me take the audio of what I recorded and do like a reverse, play it in reverse, uh, play it forward, like fast and slow. I did like 4 different scenarios to try to find out what it was. Um, because sometimes like um, if you play something in reverse, it might say something. Because I thought my premise was maybe it was something paranormal. Okay, that's what I thought. So if this is animals, it sounded like a lion growling. It freaked me out. Yeah. So I uploaded it. So I indicated fast forward, fast reverse, and I couldn't. There was no anomaly when I did those experiments. But I just wanted to share that, to see if something was behind what happened. Yeah. So I brought my device, my phone, to get checked out. I went to an Apple store, and I said, "Hey, I think my phone was hacked," and because I was doing a recording, and then I play, I played it for them. They said, "Well, that's impossible because our phones, our products can't be hacked." Of course it can. Anything could be hacked. And so the only thing they said was, "Well, you can use a new battery." But we checked the phone. It's not hacked, but we could put a new battery in it because you need a new battery. It's starting to get old. So, so that's what happened there. But yeah, I put it. I uploaded the different versions. It's like a 6-hour thing. If if it had a motherboard, it can be hacked. Okay, thanks for sharing that. Thanks for sharing that, Cam. Yeah, so yeah, anything could be hacked. But yeah, I did upload it, and it's on my, like I have a lot of, what do you call it, playlist? I think you call it playlist. It's under the paranormal playlist on my channel. Yeah, it's a long one. I did like, I think it's like, I think one I did it for 6 hours, one, yeah, because I think the actual recording was something very long. Yeah, I don't, I don't know, remember exactly how long it was, some of the stuff, but what I do remember that it was a long one. Yeah. So you can easily, after this live stream, you could check out the playlist on the paranormal about the thing with the voice. I don't remember what I entitled it, but it could have been like an experiment with the animal noise or something like that. Yeah, I could have probably check it out later on today, that phenomenon. Yeah. Yeah, Camp, did you know that um, I have another channel called Orb Whisperer? Yeah. I, I last December, um, I used this device that what do you call it? Oh yeah, I have that body cam that could record in infrared, night vision. And I caught some orbs with it. And so I uploaded it to oh, I have one of the video. No, oh, okay, yeah, it's called Orb Whisperer, and that channel is going to be strictly orbs. I was meaning to upload more videos on orbs to that what do you call it? That YouTube channel. Uh, yeah. So, yeah, orbs exist. Well, I forgot the reason why I mentioned that about the orbs. Well, either way, yeah, I do have that channel, and I did upload it, a copy of the video on this channel as well. So, there are things that exist in this world that the naked eye cannot see. And this is also part of my spiritual journey because I'm learning that life is not just yes or no. There are a lot of in betweens, and I'm seeing that um, something should be investigated. That we get so preoccupied with other stuff that they use it's used as a distraction. Life, the things that happen in life. I'm starting to believe that these are all distractions. They don't want you to know about the other worlds that exist. You know. So anyway, so when I was doing the live stream yesterday, when I was doing my pack walk, the 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 phone froze, and I may need another phone. Folks, um, I don't want to buy another phone. Let me tell you this. I'm old school. I mean, I shouldn't be saying it like that. Um, I, I'm I'm baffled with a lot of stuff, Camp. Like before cell phones, what did we do? We went on anything, any device. We were um, calling up our friends at home, right? We had a home phone. And if you want to talk to your buddy or whatever, you just call. We went out, we socialized. Now, we have in New York City these coffee houses. That's what I call them, coffee houses, places like, like a Starbucks thing. That's extremely, extremely popular. Starbucks. It's all over, like McDonald's. There's more Starbucks now than McDonald's. And what do people do at Starbucks? They sit in a chair and look at the phone. Okay. And I started thinking back earlier, um, in New York history. I used to live out of state and I came back to New York City in 2001. It was just before 9/11. And then the 9/11 hit. Um, And then I remember, I mean, they had phones back then, what they call cell phones back then. They had, excuse me, two basic styles. They had the candy bar style, um, meaning, the shape of a candy bar, like it's narrow and long, right? And then they had what they call the clamshell styled cell phone. Or some people call it, like on Star Trek, that type. Yeah, those are called like the clamshell. I met a lady who had the, excuse me, who had the clamshell styled cell phone, and she told me that her phone, she said $200 for the phone. I said, what? You, I never heard of such thing. Yeah. See, the phone that I had, like, I did have a cell phone for the first time in 1999. I lived in the state of Hawaii, and I had a vehicle back then. And I worked night hours, like work ended for me at 9 or 10 p.m., and then I had to drive home. And it's on a highway. And so I felt a little self conscious that wow, if my car gets a flat tire, I'm going to need help. So I felt forced to buy a phone. And cell phones back then was relatively new. I mean, the people who had cell phones were like engineers because they're out in the field and they were real big. The phones that engineers had, it looked, looked the size of a shoe. Yeah, they were massive. And so I bought, I saw an advertisement and it said 1999 um, for phone service. So, and I think it included the phone. And it was Verizon, I think. Yeah, I think it was Verizon back then. And I said, hey, I'm going to get a phone. So I got it, and I thought I was so cool with it. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I probably act like a little jerk with the phone. Yeah, it's funny when you think about it. Yeah, so that was a candy bar style phone. And what else? Um, I remember, let's see. Yeah, it was an analog phone, whatever what that means. It was analog. Um, and I remember once I had to call up somebody because I needed to talk to someone. There was something that happened to me on the job, and I was venting to this coworker about the thing that happened to me. Well, that phone call cost me a fortune. It cost me at that time $100. I didn't have money back then. I said, $100 for this phone call? Because I thought, okay, 19.99 a month for the phone service, but that you only have a few out, few minutes. They give you, if you go over certain minutes, you got to pay seriously for that phone call. So that's what happened. Yeah, I remember that. So I learned my lesson. You don't talk on a cell phone to just gossip on the phone. It's for like quick message. Oh, X, Y, and Z. But okay, bye. Yeah, that's what happened. But yeah, that's my early days of having a phone. And listen, I was on Scrib website, and that someone uploaded my resume. Someone hacked my. Oh, wow, wow. Sorry to hear that, Camp. Yeah. So, yeah, so that's 1999. Yeah, it was. It cost 1999, and it was the year 1999. Coincidentally, yeah, I had to just clarify that. Yeah, just yeah, thinking back, yeah, 1999 a month, and it was the year 1999. Uh, so I kept the phone service, and then I came back to New York just before um, 9/11, and yeah, you couldn't use phone service. Um, yeah, initially because the Twin Tower was down, and a lot of the phone services was connected to uh, the World Trade Center. Their antenna. But eventually it came back on. Yeah, I had to cut. That's right. I had to cut phone service because I didn't have a job at that point. Because I relocated back to New York. Yeah, I relocated back to New York. 9/11 happened. I couldn't afford to keep the cell phone, so I called. I think I called them up, and yeah, they canceled my service. Yeah, I think that's what happened. Um, eventually, I know eventually I got the phone, sir. Oh, I forget. Yeah, Verizon. Yeah, I got a new place, maybe 2 years passed, and Verizon sent me a new phone for free. It had more components to it. It was a little bigger, and it had ringtones on it. Yeah. Um, I'm not sure if I reopened the service, but I remember they sent me a new phone. Fast forward, that was 2003 when they sent me the new phone for free. Um, yeah, that was digital. Yeah, that's right. Because the original phone was an analog, and then they sent me the replacement phone, which was digital. Yeah. Oh yeah. So the point with the what I mentioned with the phones. So like from 2003 to 2012, I did not have a cell phone. I have a house phone. I have a house phone. People now don't have house phones. A lot of people, like teenagers, uh, people in the 20s, and they don't have a house phone. Many of them, they use and rely on their cell phone. But see, I'm from an older generation, and we had house phones, right? But now I look at the culture now with cell phones. People don't have house phones anymore, but people aren't communicating anymore either. I have relatives who I've called or text, and they don't get the message. Sometimes you have to wait several days, and then say, "I never got the message." What if their phone is off, or what if it's charging the phone, and it's off, and they're charging it, so they don't get the message. So the house phone is pretty reliable. You call, and if the person's there and if they pick up, hey, they get the message. In the early 1980s or late 70s, they had what was called an answering machine. And that was a big thing. Yeah, I got my first answering machine for my house phone in, when? Maybe around 1985. Yeah, around 1985, I got an answering machine, and that was supposed to be a real cool thing. People were leaving like you had like an introduction, like they said, okay, you dialed such and such, no, whatever. Some people were very creative. They had music and all that stuff. Remember that, people? Remember that? Yeah. And so I have a house phone, and it has a built-in answering machine in it, and you can leave messages on it. Okay, and people got the messages, and you could retrieve. Hey, I haven't seen you in a while, Wanda Gross. Peace be on to you too. Yeah, we're talking about cell phones and telephones and how things right now, no one's communicating. Everybody got a cell phone. Well, I mean, at one point, coming back to New York City, I did explain this before that I had done volunteer work in New York City. This was 2012. And when I went on the train, I noticed that a lot of people had cell phones. And how did it go down? No, most people didn't have cell phones. But I started noticing that there were people with cell phones. And so I was like keeping a mental count. How many people on this train have cell phones? And they were like looking at something on their cell phone. Now the question is, who doesn't have a cell phone? You go on the train now, most people are just staring at a cell phone, playing games or watching movies, but they're not engaging with other people. That's what I notice now with cell phones, that it was introduced into our lives slowly. Again, it started out with like people like engineers, people who work out in the field, they had cell phones. Yeah. And then the general population started getting cell phones. And What else? Um, but people were still communicating, and then it took over. The cell phone took over, and people are calling each other, but no one's listening. No, people are saying, "Oh, I didn't get your message." So in the 80s, it was the call for, yeah, 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 yeah. That's right, Wanda. That's right. Thank you for reminding me about that. That's right. When I was in the military, there was this guy that had a car phone. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. And it cost a lot of money. And I knew a girl who um, she this guy was trying to show off. He had liked the girl, and the guy said, "Oh, you can use my cell phone, the car phone." And yes, she did. And his bill was over $100. It was big money, and the girl didn't want to pay. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, that's right. It was car phone. But a lot of people didn't have a car phone. It was a lot of money. Businessmen had that. Business people had that primarily. But the general population didn't have. And then uh, the individual, the mobile phones, mobile cell phones, slowly creeped in. At least to my awareness, in 1999. At least that's when I saw the first advertisement for the phone, and I took advantage of it. But people were still communicating. Um, but yeah, now, like what was that? In 2012, uh, you can count the number of people who had the cell phone on the train, and then fast forward to current stuff. You have to count how many people who do not have a cell phone. The mass majority of people use cell phones in public. You started to see people walking around, not looking straight ahead, and they're texting while they're walking. And I have to admit, I caught myself once doing that. Yes, I did. Yeah, I had just stepped out of the place where I live, and I was checking something. I could have checked somewhere else, but I caught myself doing the same thing. It's embarrassing. Yeah, so we walk around like zombies now on the cell phone, clicking away and not looking where we're walking. And then people with cell phones, and they're waiting for their friend, and they say, "Hey, I'm waiting. How come you didn't call?" People aren't. You notice, um, people aren't using their phone for essential things. If you're going to be late or something, and you have a cell phone, why didn't you call them, right? Or text them, or email them, right? So we're not being more efficient with the cell phone. We're still being late, or your friends waiting for you, whatever, right? It's not really helping society. It could help. It could be a very useful tool, but we're not using it properly. So it's just something I just started noticing, that we have all these technologies, but excuse me, but few people are really using it. Or let's say a watch. I know of someone, um, they wanted to buy a status watch, but they're always late. They told me, "Oh, I'm going to get a Petit Philippe watch. It's a French brand watch. It's very high end." They say, "Yeah, you buy the watch. It's something that you pass on for, as an inheritance to your family." And she wanted to purchase one so that when she goes, she can give it to her children and as an heirloom, you know. What good is a watch if you don't respect time? You notice now, people don't respect time. They get fancy watches, but are never on time. I am a time fanatic. I am obsessed with time at times. I have to know what time it is. I cannot be late. I hate being late. Yes, I've been late in my life, but I'm a type of person that has to be early. That's me. But this person that I knew never respected time. They were always late and they didn't care. They got there when they got there. I'm no longer friends with that person either. But I thought it was interesting. You're going to spend uh, $50,000 for a watch and you don't respect time. Isn't that something? So yeah, they're tools, and a watch is a tool. It helps you, navigate time, so you can pace yourself or whatever, right? So you have people who buy things and they don't respect it. So here they have a phone, a cell phone, and they don't use it when they really need it because they don't care. So it's about the I don't care society. They want the technology, they want to feel important, but they don't respect why it was made. So they didn't change up here. Days or I don't go to certain places, afternoon interviews, etc. Let me see. Let me see. Yes, I do. My day is off. I don't go to certain places afternoon interviews, etc. Oh, Wanda, you're saying that you respect time. That's what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm not saying that you, Wanda. I'm not. Um, when I say you, I mean you in the general sense of the word. I find that society, many people in society, yeah, respect time. Yeah, you have to respect time. See, a lot of people don't respect one another. People are, yeah, yeah. People don't respect time. People are about themselves and they come when they feel like coming and they leave their friends working. Yeah, I knew this person, and the first day I went out with them, it was someone who lived near where I lived, and we're about the same age. She was just like a year or two older than me, and she didn't tell me that she had an appointment with a hairdresser, and this hairdresser was to come to her house to do her hair. And the person called her, and we're out in the park. I said, "Oh, okay. I didn't know you had an appointment." So we started, we left the park, and she's walking real slow. I'm thinking, okay, I think we should hurry up because that person is on the way to meet you at your place. So we're walking. Then she says, "Oh, I want to go in this store." I said, "But your friend just called you that they're at your home. They're waiting for you." And that should have been a clue at that time what this person was all about. Yeah, I no longer see that person, but it wasn't that reason that I no longer see that person, but it was a series of events. But that incident with the phone and time and the appointment was a warning about what she was really about. Yeah. So yeah, so that's the culture now that we get these technologies and we use it all the time. You see people at Starbucks and all these places, they just sit down and right with the thumb and they're not engaging with people. That's a concern for me. I feel uncomfortable. uncomfortable about that. It's like one day I just started noticing that people walking and not looking where they're walking. You could get hit by a car. One time someone almost ran into me. I said, watch it. They're going to walk it to me. And I said, well, wait, watch it. And they started yelling at me. They're the one that's not watching. And I'm trying to warn them, hey, you're going to run into me. And they got upset with me. Yeah. So, yeah, yeah, I just have my notes of things I wanted to cover. Yeah, today I might go to the eye doctor at the VA office. Yeah, I'm a vet. Those of you who didn't don't know, um, yeah, I get free medical at the VA hospital. I don't like going. Yeah, I find they're really bizarre. The yeah, this story of your life with people walking into you. Yeah, me too. Yeah, they walk into you. And they yell. Yeah, yeah. I need to get my eyes checked. Um, it started in December, early December, but a lot of things happened. My birthday is in early December, and I don't know whether it's this phenomenon. Well, I'm going to discuss it. Um, let's see. Let me get water. I need some water. Sorry, I'm talking so much. Yeah, yeah. It started in December 2020. Um, I saw like I noticed I had this flutter. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm a vet. Oh, wait a minute. I am a vet as well. Stop mine is the 9. Oh, I don't know what that means. Stop mines is the 9. I don't know what that means. Yeah, please clarify, Wanda. Yeah. So, yeah, I noticed. Oh, that's what. Okay. Oh, wow. Mine was December 5. All right, Wanda. Nice. You're December 9. Nice. Yeah. So you're Sagittarian. Yeah, I'm not into astrology, but I just threw that out anyway. Yeah. So we're Sagittarian. Yeah, I don't follow astrology. But anyway, um, yeah, my eyes have been acting weird. I noticed like on my peripheral, I saw something like flutter. It was like a little. It seemed like a reddish brown thing. I don't know, something round, but the illusion as if it was something right here. You saw something like a little circle, and it was going down, rapid fire, and then I started to see just this thing just stagnant there in my eye, and then also the first week of December, I this was the first time this happened. Like a flash of light went in this eye, like something blinded me, like a boom, and then it jumped on this one, boom. I said, "What's going on here?" And it acts up. So it's not doing that so much now. But I bet, yeah, usually in January is when I go to the eye doctor anyhow. So, but I guess with COVID, they didn't call me to come in, you know. But I want to just make sure nothing's happening with my eye, you know, just to be on the safe side. Um, yeah, I want to get it checked out. But let me tell you, Wanda, yeah, if you didn't see this video, and Camp, if you're still there also, yeah, I take pictures of orbs. Yeah, I'm saying the word O-R-B as in boy S, orbs, round orbs. I started doing this. capturing them on this. I found my first orb. Well, I I videotaped my first orb on December 6th. It was early morning, around 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. Um, the reason why I did this, okay, let me explain. In 2019, on my birthday, I was watching two paranormal videos, movies. One was The Sixth Sense, and the other was Passenger. And the movie Passenger makes me, I mean, I love the movie, but it makes me sad. So you don't think that could have been what went past your eye? Yeah, that's what I'm getting at, Wanda. That's what I'm getting at. Um, the orbs um, that I capture on my video, with the I have a the one that initially caught the orbs was my body cam, Wanda. I purchased a body cam last year around June or July, and I did so. Yeah, maybe July. I did so because I had gotten groped by this nasty man wearing a Black Lives Matter T-shirt. And there were things that was happening, other things that were happening in the summer. Remember what's called a Karen? Those girls who go get theatrical. Yeah, Wanda. That's right, Wanda. Yeah, I got groped. I took his photo. I took a picture of him real quick. I was scared. I was very frightened, and I did call the cops, and the cops did take him. I'm not sure what he did. I mean, whether I mean I haven't seen him since, but I was very afraid. But yeah, those Karens came out last summer. Remember, this also happened in May. Uh, this black guy, was in Central Park, and he told a lady that her dog needed to be on a leash. She didn't like it, and then she said, "I'm going to call the cops and say that a African American man has harmed me and my dog." And he's videotaping all this. So, so I learned that I felt afraid. I said, "Wow, so you got this person who's making false accusations on someone, and then you have someone, remember the guy that got killed, George something?" Yeah, yeah, and I did a video about that incident, about the guy in Central Park. His last name was Christian. Oh, God, what's his name? I forget his name, his full name. Yeah, both of them had the same last name, but they're not related. Yeah, Floyd. Yeah. And so you had all that going on. And so I felt a little vulnerable, Wanda and Camp. So I said, I don't want anyone to lie on me. And I want documentate, because if another guy, someone tries to assault me physically, I want it on camera. So so I went on the internet and I bought the camera, and it can also record at night in the dark. So I said, great. So, oh, okay. So I remember. So on my birthday a year ago, I saw an orb with my naked eye, Wanda. Yeah, it was with my naked eye. I was right over there watching those two movies, and I was very sad. I mean, I was enjoying the movie, but that movie, Passengers, hits home to me and it makes me sad. Did any of you ever see the movie Passengers? It's a very real movie, I feel. It really hits to home to me and it makes me cry. And so as I was watching those two movies, I forget which one in the movies it actually happened, but I believe it's when I was watching. Oh, okay. Go see the movie if you can. If you the movie Passengers, they may have. I did see it for the first time on YouTube. I don't know whether YouTube still has it up, but just type in the movie Passengers. It's a paranormal movie. It's about people uh, who are dead, but they don't realize they're dead. Just like the movie The Sixth Sense. But in the movie Passengers, they were in an accident, and it was a massive accident. You know, it was a plane crash, and some of the people the people who died didn't realize they were dead, and it was her journey of discovering that what had happened to her. She didn't have memory of the that she was on the plane that crashed. You know, it's a fantastic movie, and it really hits it. It's a tearjerker for me because it's touching on subject that is very sensitive to me. So as I was watching the movie, and I think it was actually Passenger movie that the phenomenon happened to me. As I was watching, and I have a big monitor over there, um, I saw a light. Something was reflecting off my cheek. And I said, why is there light shining off of my cheek? Um, if it's due to the monitor, the light would be uniform and not be at one spot. So I looked down with my eyes, and lo and behold, right over here, right there, I saw an orb. It was the size of a marble, a child's marble, pure white light. You saw the light rays come emanating out of the core of the orb. And then it traveled from here, just like an inch, like right over there, and it moved along like this, real slow. And then it was like right there, like an inch away from my nose, the tip of my nose, and then it vanishes, just like that. I said, wow, it was beautiful. I wasn't frightened. It looked absolutely beautiful, Wanda. Absolutely beautiful. I never forgot it. And I was like, wow. And for that whole year okay, so the whole year, yes, like my birthday, as we know now, Wanda, my birthday's in December. So that happened in 2019. And so all of 2020, I thought about the event, about the orb. And my birthday was now approaching. So I said, so my birthday came, and I said, you know, um, I'm dying to see an orb. And what I was to do, I said, um, I want to do a meditation, like do a meditation or mindfulness work, and have that camcorder on while I'm doing it. So I thought my premise in doing that was, I mean, I don't know what that orb was. I did do a tarot card reading on the orb, and it gave a really interesting reading that it was like a male, oh, what do you call it? I forget the term, but it's like someone who's an overseer over you, but it's a male, a male spirit, male energy, and it's overseeing you. It's watching over you, you know, and um, it kind of advise you on your finances or something. This is what the tarot card said. I did do a tarot card, and I did put it up on my channel. So you could go to my playlist and type in, uh, what do you call it, orb, you know, tarot reading for orbs, something like that. And you could see the outcome, you know, the video. I did it as a voiceover, you know. I did the actual reading. I should have done the reading on camera, but I didn't. Um, I might have done audio, something. So I had a, I remember, I had the, I didn't put the cards away, and so I knew the setup, you know, what cards I chose, and so I did a voiceover of the cards that I selected for the tarot card reading, and I gave explanation on what it was. So yeah, it was quite interesting. So I felt that the orb, the white orb that I saw with my naked eye. I mean, I didn't even have glasses on. It was just my bare eyes. Um, I feel because of the day that I saw it, it was on my birthday, um, that it was someone that knew me, someone that I thought they wanted to comfort me. It had a very gentle spirit to it, if that makes any sense. I was not threatened. I didn't feel threatened whatsoever. It was a beautiful looking orb. I felt that it had love and compassion for me. So I was thinking with the card reading, tarot card reading, that maybe it was my father. My father had passed. He'd be the only one that really knows, you know, when my birthday was. You know, that's what my logic was. But I don't know who it was. So I said, you know, I hope the little orb comes back on my next birthday. So I remembered I had the body cam that could record at night. I set up the body cam on a tripod in my room. And okay, I was meaning to do it earlier on my birth, you know, with, um, how do you say? Yeah, the time of my birth was in the morning, around 8 o'clock, 8 something in the morning. And I wanted to do it within that day. Um, but it overlapped, and I did it actually around 2 o'clock the next morning. But in hindsight, though, okay, if I was physically born um, at that time, it's still within 24 hours, even though it's technically the next day, December 6th, you know? But either way, um, I did do the video using the body cam on a tripod, and I didn't look at it right away because you could film something, but you may not necessarily watch it right away. Well, I think I watched it maybe 2 days later, and lo and behold, I had orbs. Yep. And one of the orbs, Wanda, I did like when you're watching it on a screen, you could screen save, you know, you could uh, make a copy of the screen that you're looking at to make the copy of what you're looking at. And I blew it up, and there was a face in the orb. Yep. I uploaded it also. I did it as a post. Yeah. Oh, so you did see that, Wanda? My orb picture. Yeah. In case if you didn't, um, I did a post and uploaded that picture of the orb blown up, and it looks like a fat man's face. it looked like a Caucasian fellow, bald head, long beard, short nose, like it looked like a Santa Claus type. Yeah, but there were more than one orbs in that session. One was they come in different sizes too. One was small one, and they have different intensities too in light. One came really slow, past my, went to my face and then went away. That one, I uploaded that in a video. And then some moved real fast and big. So that is on my channel, and you can look at it at your own leisure. And I also started a new YouTube channel called Orb Whisperer. Orb Whisperer. So, those of you who want to see just orbs, I have just a handful of videos on that channel. But yeah, so if you want to see real orbs captured on the camera, you can just go upload it. I mean, look at it on your leisure. I did also upload that particular video also on this one as well, so you can see it on either one. So I realized that orbs are real. Um, sometimes you can see them if they allow you to see them with your naked eye, and others are such high frequency, and it requires a night vision. Oh, not all the time. Okay. Um, that day that when I discovered, when I looked at the video and discovered that there were orbs in the picture, I went to upload it, and then I did a little introduction of what you were going to be seeing on the video. And in that one, my preview, I was just using a regular my camera on my desktop computer, and as I was giving the introduction, there was an orb above my head, and I show that. Yeah, so some devices could pick it up, and some devices can't. So when I learned that my body cam did pick up the orbs, I said, I'm going to get a professional, like a real camera or something. I didn't want to use my body cam to videotape the orbs. I wanted something else, you know? So I went to my favorite electronics store, and I decided on this, what do you call it, security camera. Yeah, it was only $19.99. Yeah, see again, $19.99. Unintentional. Yeah, it was $19.99. So I bought two of them, one in the bedroom and one right there on the living room. And it has a high, what do you call it, ultra HD setting. So this HD, and then you could even make it even more stronger and put it to ultra HD setting. So that's what I leave it on, and it captures orbs like you wouldn't believe it. Yeah. So I found that, like, I did a meditation session. This is what happens, at least in December. The phenomenon seemed to occur a lot in December, um, which is interesting. So, is it that, are there ancestors, or who, because there was a lot of them, and so I'm wondering, did they come to visit because it was my birthday? I mean, I don't know. I'm just speculating. I don't know, but I just found it interesting. So also in December, um, maybe a week or 2 weeks after my birthday, I did a mindfulness session. You could call it meditative, you talking to the universe, and I'm sitting in front of a mirror as I do this. And I set up my camera, the one that's here in the living room, right there, facing me, and some orbs came out. You saw in camera. They were coming out from my bedroom and entering right there uh, by the mirror. It was just a handful of them. Um, but what's really interesting about that particular session, Wanda, if you're still there, was this what happened. Um, After the meditative session, I was cleaning up the section where I was. Yeah, I was putting back my meditation chair and other paraphernalia. And when reviewing the recording of that session, guess what happened? They ran out of they ran out of the wall. Yeah. When I got up and walked over there, a whole slew of orbs came out from the wall, that whole area where I was standing in front of. I kid you not. And I uploaded that too. So you can see it when I did. See, I believe like things like paranoid. I can't stand people who make claims and they can't prove it. You know, I mean, some things you cannot prove because it's subjective. But I wanted to make it objective. I wanted proof. And so the camera, the security camera picked it up and I uploaded it. Yeah. So this is real. Uh, but my question is, who are these orbs? Now, as I said earlier, that I uploaded a picture of an orb. I was able to screen capture it and blow it up, and you saw a face. But I did that to other orbs, and I did not see any face. There was no face whatsoever. But one of the orbs that I did blow up, you could see it's composed of like an inner shell and then an outer shell. That was interesting. Yeah, and that one I also uploaded. Yeah. So it's not, so some of these orbs have different, slightly different shapes, um, and some of you could see that it's something weird. You know, it has texture to it. Yeah. So you'll be able to see all that. I'm wondering though, see, oh, I remember what I was going to say. Okay, before I ever started trying to capture orbs on these cameras, I did do what they call uh, mindful meditation. You know, you go in front of the mirror and you look in the mirror and you gaze into the mirror and you can give positive affirmations, things like that. And I talked like what my channel is all about. See, we all are on a spiritual journey, all of us. And I, in particular, I'm interested in the Black community as a whole. I live in New York City, and the Blacks here aren't doing well. I mean, I'm sure some who are doing very well. Come here, baby. That's my little dog in the background. She's wants my attention. Come here, baby. Come. I'm doing a video right now. Look at her. Look at her. That's my baby girl. You on camera. You on camera, baby girl. You saw her? So yeah, I Lila, come. I'm doing a video. Baby girl, come here. Come. Come, baby. Sorry. Hopefully she'll come. I don't know why she does this. Come on, baby girl. Let me give you a hug. Come. I'm sorry. Oh, brother, here she goes. Lilac, come. Come, Lilac. Okay. Oh, brother. Lilac, come over here, baby. Come here, big girl. Let me just get her. Let me pick her up. I'm sorry. I'm just going to pick her up. Sorry, folks. Let me put my. I'm sorry, folks. Yeah. Yeah, she controls me. Oops. Sorry. You want to be on camera, Lilac? Yeah. Come here. Okay. Yeah. Come here. See, that's her. Yeah, I just needed to get her. I apologize. Yeah, but they're my family too. And sometimes they say, Mommy, I need love too. Yeah. She's a sweet girl. And my other dog is over there by my feet. Yeah, so let me get my notes here. Okay. Excuse me. So, oh God. Excuse me. Okay. So, oh yeah, what I was saying with the orbs now. See, I'm very, I have compassion for the hurting. I live in New York City, and the blacks here aren't doing that well. I think a lot of them have lost their minds. Um, there's a lot of drug abuse where I live, a lot of homelessness, and I'm very sad. So, and I get people on my channel, some people. I mean, everyone is entitled to their own beliefs, and I'm not here to embarrass anyone or that I have all the right information. No, I don't. I'm a student. We're all learning together, right? But I I want to encourage us. I need encouragement. I'm no different than anybody else. I need encouragement. But I feel that if you uh, whatever what you want in life, you should also give. You know what I'm saying? You want love, you give love. So I'm hurting as well. I come from a generation, I'm in my 50s. I turned 58 last December. And um, there was a lot of, I was brought up in New York City, born and raised, and been in the military, and there's a lot of racism. And I didn't forget it. And so now, fast forward in 2021, I see, just all this hardship. And so sometimes what I do when I do the mindfulness, I started doing the mindfulness really, I think I started in November. I mean, like I have my meditation table, but sometimes I go to the mirror, my big mirror. It was just something I think I was experimenting with. And I just felt like I, at one point in my life, I never used to look in the mirror. I used to hate mirrors. I didn't like looking at myself because I didn't like myself. And I said, I love myself now. Yeah, people love yourself. Yeah, see, the events that happen in our lives are just events. But many times, because an event like you get molested or something like that, or you are physically abused, we start to feel depressed and we start to hate ourselves. Rather than hating yourself, hate the person, that you were the victim of the event, And rather than getting angry with yourself, that person that did that to you, that person that violated you, that person that discriminated against you, we start to hate ourselves, and but we were victims of certain things. And so I say, learn to love yourself and get to know yourself also. So, but sometimes we're afraid to look at ourselves because we have a lot of issues. I know I have a lot of issues. And I didn't want to be afraid of myself. I didn't know myself. Yeah, I didn't know who I was. So I started feeling, go in front of the mirror. In all honesty, I took like a nice shower. Um, I put essential oils on me. I lit a candle. And I said, I need, oh, my other dog's visiting. Yeah, he's visiting. He wants me to pick him up, I think. Okay. You want to come up? You come up. I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So all, so all's in the family. All three of my babies are with me right now. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, I think this is important, people. So I was afraid of myself. I didn't know myself, and I wanted to help overcome my fear. So I sat in front of the mirror and I started to, just pray. Just when I say pray, I mean like you talk from your heart, you know. So whatever my issue was at the time, I look at myself in the mirror and talk to myself. And then as you start to stare at yourself, often what occurs is you start to see an overlay of, so like, you see your face changes and you see another person's face, um, from like the shoulders up. There was a new image. I mean, you can still like talk. You can see the person moving their mouth, whatever. Like when you talk, it's talking also. If you're just staring, it's just staring. But I thought, oh my goodness. So I've heard about this phenomenon before. In 2016, that's 2016, I had gotten a membership. I forget that it's called the International something such and such of consciousness, and they teach astral projection. And at that time, I was exploring different things. I had a paradigm shift in 2015, and I felt with the paradigm shift, it was to learn what reality was. I was raised in a regular home. I wasn't, as a child, I wasn't raised in religion, but in my early 20s, I became a Christian and went to church. I was just a typical churchgoer on Sunday, and then sometimes I stopped going, and then I resumed again. But it was 2013, the last Sunday in 2013, I said I had enough of church. I had issues that I needed to explore, and I wanted to explore my blackness. Here I was a black woman, and I have a white pastor. I mean, it's an integrated church. It was a nice place, but it wasn't answering certain questions that I was experiencing as a black woman, as a black person. And I said, no, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm seeking, I want to seek. And then in 2014, I was introduced to um, information, and it shook me, and it caused a paradigm shift. It forced me to have a paradigm shift. I had to reconsider everything I ever learned about life. So from that time on, I gave myself permission to try different things. I even went to this place to do ayahuasca. That is a psychoactive drug. It's a plant medicine, and it's done in a ceremony, in a religious ceremony with people, and that's what I attended. And it was interesting. So, okay, but when I joined that organization to learn how to astral project, they taught us about how to meditate. That's part of the thing. You relax the body, and there's certain techniques that they show you. And um, I didn't, I did not astral project, but but my, I almost came out. I got scared. That's what happened. But anyway, in the techniques that they show you and to help you become sensitized to uh, other dimensions. Um, One of the techniques is to meditate. You just relax. You have your eyes closed, and when you open, that you have a person in front of you, and when your eyes are closed, your meditation, then they ask you to open your eyes slowly and look at the person in front of you. And what happens oftentimes is that person changes. You see an overlay on them and their face changes. And so you can get the same effect by using a mirror and looking at yourself. Uh, so I saw what looked like, sometimes they could be male and sometimes female, but that particular session I had, they look. I mean, to me, some of the people uh, looked like a Native American Indian. It was a brown skinned person. They could have been maybe a little browner than me, but they were brown, like me. And there was like a bang, very straight bang up to there, and it was straight. And they had long hair. And they had a long face. They had like a deep creases in their skin, that they were older individual. I saw that. I saw other things. And I had to tell myself, don't be afraid. Because, you see a face, it could kind of spook you a little bit. But I didn't want to promote a spirit of fear, because I was relaxed. I had the candle on, and, you know, um, so I had to tell myself, just go with the flow, think positive things, and just go with it. So to help me not be afraid, I gave positive affirmations. And I look in deeply in the mirror. And I think I even point and say, you are beautiful. You are kind. You are this or that. And I started thinking, I said, you know what could be happening? That these orbs could be souls of people. And when I was given like the affirmations and things like that, and they were listening. And I said, and because they were people of color, I said, you are here for a reason. And you may be here and listening to me because when you were alive, people may have hurt you because of your color. And that you're listening now because you want affirmation that you're okay. So I say, you are okay. You are beautiful. And I remember at one point I said, when you go on your journey now, you can go back home. You don't have to stay in this realm. You can go back to your home, or you could go visit relatives, family, and teach them, to encourage them that they are okay. And that's what I did. And so I'm starting to think, people, that session that I caught with my camera, my security camera that can pick them up. I was thinking, people, that these are could be the souls of people of color, or anyone who's looking for affirmations and wanted to hear my voice, and to look at them, and for someone to tell them that they are okay, and that to don't hold the pain in. Yeah. So when I finished the session and I was putting up my chair and cleaning the area where I was just doing the mindfulness at the mirror, a whole slew of them raced out of the area that I was, from behind the wall and the mirror. I kid you not. So I think also why I mentioned these stories, yeah, I started mentioning this story because I'm wondering whether some of them might have hit my eye. Like when I was in my bedroom in early December, some of them could have come and hit my eye, hurt my eye. I mean, it could have been the orb. It could have been. And with this camera, folks, let me tell you, because this is fantastic, and it's something that you can do yourself, not just me. You can do it also with the filming of the orb. This is called the I think EZVIZ. That's a Z's in zebra. It's only $19.99. You go to your favorite electronics store. It has an app that you put on your phone, your mobile device, and you could look at on your like my phone, my iPhone, using the app, and you can watch live, like as it's taking in the view when it's turned on the security camera. You can watch on your screen live, and you see the orbs. What you can do, people, is when you're having a session, let's say a prayer session, you're talking to the universe, your ancestors, whoever, you're talking to yourself, you can watch the orbs appear and disappear as it's actually happening. And so I'm telling you this because let's say some of you have a loved one that passed away. Or maybe you might be able to see them using this technique, people. This is not hocus pocus. What that security camera is, it's a camera that's ultra sensitive to energy. And it could pick up the energy of orbs or other anomalies. It's not hocus pocus. They say that everything in life is energy. We are energy. We are just a low energy being. But they say who we really are is energy. And we experience life in this physical form that we're having. And then when we die, this body, goes down. But the energy force that's running this body never dies. They say energy never dies, it just changes shape. And so some of those orbs, I believe, could be loved ones or anybody, because like they say, as above, as below, or as below, as above, right? You have a physical world here, but there's a world in that other dimension. It could be a whole civilization, right? A whole civilization could be out there. Yeah. Oh, Nancy, are you still there? I just want to make sure who's still on. Excuse me. Excuse me. Yeah. And so these are things. This is not magic. This is not spookism. This is science. See, they want, they don't want you to know about these things that happen in life. They want you preoccupied with racism, sexism, and everything else. And there are things going on as we speak. And I want to know what it is. What is this phenomenon? What are it? So, what happened to me last month, especially early last month in December, it could have been orbs that maybe they accidentally hit my eye, but it was a big flash, hit this one and then that one. And then sometimes see the little flutter on my peripheral. It's not having as much, but something just say, hey, check it out. It could be just stress, because they say that also. You know, I have been under stress. Last month was very stressful for me with the election. Yeah, I don't agree with the stuff that happened with the election. And yes, I was a Trump supporter, and I'm still am a Trump supporter. He took care of the vets. He took care of me. He accomplished a lot, and he accomplished a lot for black people. But they put on the internet, you know, on YouTube, they had some black guy who wrote a song about Trump that, oh, he's finally out, and he makes mention of certain black people, you know, certain people in public, that, oh, Trump is gone, you know, Trump is not around anymore, you know, he's out of office. And one of the people that he mentioned by name on their video were two black ladies who are Trump supporters, and shit, that's the worst thing you could have done. They're supporters. So Trump is who he is. I do not agree with everything he's said in life, but him as an individual who could effect change, and he helped the economy. Black people had the highest rating ever in our history in this country of prosperity. We did the best under Trump's administration, but now we're cursing him. Because, see, we bite the hand that feeds us. He helped us the most. He did better than Obama. Obama had no program for black people, but he had a plan for the LGBTQ community. Don't you notice, you go to, like in New York City, you go to bookstores, they have Obama and his wife plastered all over books and magazines. And it's like he's been out of office for over 4 years. Why the hype? But they never had magazines and books with the Trumps. Why? Well, Obama was about the LGBT community, and that's who dominate the industry when you go to a bookstore. They dominate, and so they're going to promote their own, but they're not going to promote the Trump. So it's not even fear coverage. But yeah, I think, not that I think, the statistics show we did the best in history. I know I did my best under this under Trump's administration. I was last year. I'm sorry, my nose is. Last year, I was filled with such hope. I started weightlifting, and I started to learn the guitar. That's my guitar right there. I was taking lessons for the first time. I don't know how to play. I had 4 lessons, and then the COVID hit, and everything locked down. But tomorrow, well, I had 2 lessons left, and before the COVID, so um, they contacted me. They say, you have 2 lessons left. Um, you can use it up now. We opened up. The location you went to is closed, but we have the other one. So you can go to that one, or if you want to do it through Zoom. So I said, okay, I'll just come in person. So I have 2 more. So it's tomorrow. So I'm going tomorrow, and then, excuse me, and boy, my voice is going. Excuse me. Yeah, I've been talking so much. I'm sorry about that. Um, so yeah, so I have my guitar lessons tomorrow. Yeah, I don't have, I'm not a music person, but last year in 2020, uh, I got inspired in January, and I said, um, I'm going to get a guitar and learn how to play. And that's what happened. So I bought the guitar in January. Then I said, well, I got to get some find lessons. So in February, I started my lessons. And then also in February, I got inspired again by weightlifters. And I said, women's weightlifting to like for the bikini competition. I said, I think I want to try that. Yeah. So I joined the health club right 2 doors down from me, and I started weightlifting to go into bodybuilding, to sculpt my body, to possibly perform as in a bikini competition. You heard me right. So that was I signed up in uh, late February, I think it was, and by wait. No, I started March. Early, yeah. I saw it, I think, in February, and then in March, early March, I joined. By the 16th, everything shut down. March 16th, everything closed. Yeah. I was so disappointed, people. I was so disappointed. My hope faded. And then the COVID hit in March, the lockdown. So I didn't do a damn thing all this time. Yeah, that's what happened to me. So I have to remotivate myself, people. Yeah, this COVID thing hit me strong. Oh, so that leads me to this new conversation. Yeah, new thing. Yeah, let me hurry up because I've been on here for a while. So let's see. Yeah, so I've been going out. Yeah, so I go outside a little bit, and I was walking the dogs yesterday, as you saw. And yeah, as I was doing the live stream of us walking, the stream got interfered with and everything. Um, I want to continue going out. I know with now, COVID, um, it was frightening for me initially in April, because a family member did contact it, and it was getting serious at one point. But he had to go to the hospital for 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks, and he had to recuperate because he had blood clots in his lungs, and that's a whole story. I want to talk to you now about about the COVID. Um, what I want to talk about, I think it's important. Um, Before I start the live stream, and it's actually this topic that motivated me to do this live stream. What I was just watching on COVID. I've been watching this program on YouTube. The name of the person. Now, I generally don't give names of YouTubers, but this guy serves more like a researcher, and I think the information is valuable. And again, how you want to receive it is your business. His name is John, middle initial E as in Edward, last name Hoover, John E. Hoover. That's his channel name, and that's his name. And he is he some years back, he's a computer person. He develops software, and he devised some software that for the mapping, like a map, world map, or different types of maps. And it has like it could process data, and he helped develop this thing. And so one day he was watching, he saw something, some signs, could have been the scent of disease control or something like that. And they were using his software. And he understands the software because he made the software. And they were talking about the different statistics about uh, like how many people have tested positive, who died, the whole statistics. And this man has been studying this COVID thing. And uh, his latest video that I just watched was fantastic. It's like 20 minutes long, and this is what he discussed. He is able to, like, he download the, like, I think it's also the different organizations. There's the Center of Disease Control and Prevention. There's the World Health Organization, and the FDA. He talked about all three, and one of them had the data, the statistics for what's going on as it pertains to COVID or influenza or pneumonia. And he, oh, I hope I don't forget now. Oh, I don't want to forget. He noticed certain things with the statistics that we have all these people allegedly dying from this COVID, but oh God, please don't forget. Oh God. Well, the countries out there in Asia, and no one's dying from COVID. He said more people are dying in the United States than several countries combined in Asia, including China. He said, what's going on? And what was the other thing? Oh, brother, maybe what I should do, because it's really important, this data. I'm sorry, my short-term memory is not as good as it used to be. Oh, brother, I should have. Oh, what was that now? You know something? I I'm going to turn it on because it's very important. My computer is over there, and you can listen to it because I don't want to give you wrong information. Yeah, so let me turn it on. Okay, just a moment. Just a moment. Okay.
The only FDA-approved therapeutic treatment for coronavirus
Okay. Here.
at the moment is intravenous remdesivir. Now, is that true? Let's go to the web
Okay. Wait.
and find out.
Okay. Okay. I turned it on.
Search CDC COVID therapeutic treatment.
Okay. I don't know if you can hear it.
Therapeutic options for COVID-19.
Could you hear the television?
We go to that website, and that website says information for clinicians on investigational therapeutics
Could you hear it?
for patients with COVID-19. And this is updated December 4th, 2020. And let me read to you what it says.
Oh, I think I remember now. I'll have it playing in the background if you can hear it.
Therapeutics to treat coronavirus disease,
Okay. Suppose there's 100,000 people in the United States who died from
including both
COVID.
drugs approved by U.S. Food and
So,
Drug Administration and drugs made available
yeah.
after FDA
Okay.
emergency use authorization.
Okay. You
CDC
have people
monitors
that died in the United
behaviors
States of
of
COVID.
applicants and health system administrators to
Now,
regularly consult the COVID-19
there's
treatment guidelines,
medicine out
which are
there.
special
Okay,
instituted
I think I remember now. I'm gonna.
with the COVID-19 treatment guidelines,
Okay, let me know,
management recommendations,
viewer.
doses,
Could you hear the
treatment process,
monitor in the background,
derived
or you just hear my
pathogenesis.
voice?
I'm not really interested in pathogenesis. I'm interested in therapeutic treatment, right?
Let me know.
So as I go on, earliest stages
But
of
anyway,
infection
okay,
are
it's very
listed
important
on the
information with regard to
website.
how the system is fooling us.
Plant-based
The
therapies
system is fooling us regarding
parasitic
this virus.
These
You
drugs
have
have
people who
anti-fungal and
died,
monoclonal antibodies.
but you have
As of then,
the
this
World
is
Health
August
Organization
plus
that says that
leronlimab,
there is no, this
is
drug called
authorized
Reversitrol
for outpatients who have
is
lymphocytic
ineffective for
malformations.
treating the virus.
CNN talked about
But you have the hospital.
leronlimab et al. I
When
think
you
it's
go to the
pronounced
hospital, and those who
remdesivir,
have
by
severe case
AstraZeneca,
of that disease, I mean that
only
virus. Well, let
drug
me get my
that is
dog.
approved by the Food and Drug Administration for the treatment of COVID-19, period.
Okay. Yeah, let me
So
know
let's
if you
see
can hear
here.
me out there.
Remdesivir
Oh, remdesivir. I'm sorry. Remdesivir is the medication.
is the only
Remdesivir
drug
is
approved by the Food
a
and
drug
Drug
that you use in your
Administration,
IV in the hospital setting.
period. It is recommended
Okay.
for use in
Okay. It's in. He's
immunocompromised
talking in the
patients
background. Yeah.
who require
They
supplemental
give you
oxygen
remdesivir in the hospital. People
not
who have
recommended
severe
for patients
COVID.
requiring
Okay.
mechanical ventilation due to
So,
lack of
so it's no
HFC
oral form of it. It's
designated
something
disease.
that the hospital
Must show a
strictly
chart
they alone
showing their recommendations,
can
not
give you
hospitalized
that treatment.
mothers,
And again,
mild
it's
to
for people who
moderate
have
COVID-19.
severe
Must
case of it, like they're on a breathing device in the hospital,
before or
things like
against
that.
any specific
So
antiviral
the question was with
or
him,
therapy.
if the
Fauci
World
said
Health
neutralizing
is saying
antibodies,
that
damlanavimab or
remdesivir
razirovimab
does
plus
not treat
nirsevimab,
COVID,
will
but you
be
have
approved
hospitals
in the
giving that
treatment
same drug
population
to
for
people.
patients who are at high risk.
Okay,
EUAs do not authorize
so
the
he asked the
treatment of
question,
those patients.
of the people who
When it
died,
comes down to hospitalized
how
patients,
many people were given? Oh, also have to add
it's intravenous.
that as of now, there is no drug on the market
So let's go back.
that both the Center of Disease Control and the FDA approve of.
The only
I'm sorry.
FDA-approved therapeutic treatment for coronavirus
I'm sorry. The Center of Disease Control and the World Health Organization, they say that there is no
advantage.
that there's no medication
So
that
let's take
they
it a step
that
further.
is used for COVID. And wait a minute. Okay, there's no oral therapeutic treatment for coronavirus that is approved by both the FDA and the World Health Organization. Okay, that's what it says right there. Yeah, I don't want to give wrong information. Okay, and that's the key word, that both FDA and the World Health Organization. Yeah, the FDA is the United States. That's an agency in our country alone. The World Health Organization is for other countries, primarily what they call the third world, Asia and Africa, primarily, and Latin America. Okay? And they keep all the statistics. The World Health Organization might make recommendations about one's health. Okay? And he's saying that remdesivir, what the hospital gives, is for emergency care, and that President Trump was given that medicine. Okay, okay. So, people, if if they don't approve of it, okay, okay. He said just now that the WHO, the World Health Organization, says that it doesn't work. He said remdesivir is a warning for COVID-19 vaccines. That's the World Health Organization. So why are they giving you the remdesivir? And if there's no treatment, there's no treatment for anybody. Like, okay, it's hard for me to explain. The point he made is, let's say you're not feeling well. You run to your urgent care center, okay, and you get tested positive for having the virus. Why even bother? Because there's no medication for them to give you. Nothing. There is no medication. So, so what, why? It's a year now, and where I live, you have long lines of these young people, young ass looking people, like in their 20s, and they stay outside on long line in the cold for COVID. Because I asked, I say, hey, what is this line for? Oh, to get tested for COVID. And did you know that that many of the people who are tested are given false positive? 80% of the tests are false positives. But yet you have people on these long lines because they are scared, or maybe they feel like something's coming on them, right? And you go to your urgent care center or whatever, your doctor's office, get tested. You get tested positive even though 80% of the positive readings are false positive. That's what I meant to say, not false negative. I meant to say false positive. 80% of the time they're false positives. So let's say you really do have uh, the COVID. They can't do anything else for you because there's no medicine to give people orally. Nothing. And the I can't even pronounce it. That medicine that I told you about, that's for IV in a hospital setting for people who have a chronic, I mean, not chronic, severe case of COVID, like they can't breathe, they're on they give in supplemental oxygen. And only in those hospital setting do they give the IV, that medication. But if you're just walking off the street, whatever, you got test positive, there's no medication for them to give you. Okay. I'm just looking at the monitor. Yeah. So, yeah, let me turn this thing off. Yeah. Sorry, people. Yeah, I hope you guys can still hear. I'm almost done. I'm just finishing up now. This because this is the last thing I'm going to talk about. Yeah. Um, but sorry, he makes a very good point. Again, this YouTuber, his work is fantastic. He again, he knows numbers. He knows how to make like use a spreadsheet to make a pie chart or a bar chart, and he just shows you the data. And that's what he was just doing there. Um, yeah, I strongly recommend that you watch the channel, John E. Hoover, if you want to know more about what the numbers say about it. And so his question is, okay, excuse me, all these people, for whatever reason, just seems like Americans at such a large number, even though we have all this technology. Uh, why are we dying of this? And why isn't any medication given to people who test positive? Why? And then he said, of all the people that died of the COVID, how many of those people were being given that medicine that I mentioned, that IV? And how many people, either you give it or you don't give it? And in either case, they still died. So you give the medication, they died. You don't give the medication, and they still died. So what's left? But they want you to go to the hospital to get tested. And where I live, tons of people. And it's like in like a flood. Like it goes boom, then you see all these people. And then maybe a couple of days pass on, and then boom, you know, another slew of people, young people being tested for COVID, which is just simply a cold or flu. It's considered the common cold. And people had the common cold in 2019, 2018, 17, 16, you know, etc. And so what's the deal? People are hyping, the system is hyping something, and it's really nothing they can do. And nothing really has changed. He also studied, like he mentioned in another video just before this one, um, they said that it takes from 2 to 3 weeks, the incubation period of that, of COVID. So he said that, well, who was, they use the term, like ground zero, who was the first person, who got it. So they said, well, we know that in Hulan, well, I can't even pronounce the name, that place in China that all those cases started. They said, okay, um, let's go 2, 3 weeks back from the first time that it was announced in China about the COVID. And he said that there were sports games like the Olympics type of thing that occurred in November of 2019. Um, and the speculation is, okay, that's when the introduction could have happened. If it if it got publicized in January, so you just go like 2, 3 weeks back. What happened? Well, there was a world event that happened. People from all over the world had a sport, like it looked like the Olympics type of thing. And, um, so he suggests, hey, maybe that's where the carrier began, at that Olympics type thing that had, Wuhan, or Wuhan, China. Yeah. So either way, what really changed with COVID? What COVID did, it made people afraid. It made me afraid last year in 2020, in April, when a family member did contact it, but this is what happened to him. This is also, I think, important about COVID. Um, Now, we were told initially, if you're sick, stay at home. Remember that? If you're sick, stay at home, stay at home. Well, um, this person was, how it came upon him. This person works in the post office system, and I was told that he wasn't feeling well. He was sleeping a lot. He was over at a family member's house, and all of a sudden, this other family member was not feeling well. They were coughing nonstop. And so they were afraid that that person that was coughing might have contacted COVID. And then they were saying that they were acting out, they were acting cuckoo. I was afraid. And the, the it was a family member who called me and let me know what was going on. And I got afraid. I said, oh my God, is this family member, are they going to die? You know, because they're elderly. And fear started to hit me. And again, if, it's supposed to be contagious, so you couldn't go run over and see that person because you can get it. Remember that? Okay? Sorry, my nose is, I have my nose ring and it's, sometimes it moves. But what happened, I became afraid. I was afraid for that person. And they were going to take that person to the hospital. And I said, well, let me, I thought it was like a goodbye. I said, my God, is this person going to die? I said, please let me talk to them. And they said no. And it's like, oh my God. I don't know what. They, for whatever reason, that other family member did not want me to talk to that person. Yeah, they were trying to get the person ready to go to the hospital, yes. But just to say something to them, because I thought that it was going to be goodbye for them. And I just wanted them to hear my voice for the one last time, you know. But interesting what happened. They finally got that person ready to go to the hospital and they raced to the hospital. Guess what? They said the person's in perfect health. Could you believe this, people? So here I get all scared because what they were telling me, that coughing nonstop, and then they were acting cuckoo. I mean, they didn't use that word, but the person was out of it. And they were oversleeping. And so it wasn't the person's usual behavior. They didn't get breakfast, they stayed in bed, they're just sleeping up to like 12 o'clock in the afternoon, which isn't like them. Yeah. And then when I think they finally did wake her up, that the person was out of it. So they say, hey, let's bring her to the hospital, which is smart. If something's out of the usual and you're an older person, that's a wise thing to do. So, but when they bring them there and they get checked, I don't think they did an X-ray or anything. I'm not sure what diagnostic they did, but what diagnosis they did on that person, they said, oh, the person's in perfect health, and they brought them home. But in the meanwhile, people, see, in that person's house was somebody who was sick, and they were sleeping a lot also. That person had the COVID. So here you have an older person who had all these symptoms, but supposedly COVID free and in excellent health, according to the doctor, and brought the person home, told them to go home, while the person who brought them there was sick with COVID. They did have a mask on at the time. Yeah, with post office people, they wear masks, and maybe this person, I don't know why they had, but they did have a mask on. Yeah, I think with the post office back then, that was in April. No, no, end of May. It was the end of May. Yeah, end of May and of 2020. They weren't feeling well. They worked for the post office, um, and they were sick with COVID. And they called um, early April. The how I go? Yeah, the person I think started having the symptoms started getting worse. They did not feel well. So they called 911 for an ambulance. The ambulance arrives. Yeah, I hope you can hear people. The ambulance arrived, and when they arrived, they said, "Oh, we can't do anything for you. We're not going to take you to the hospital." But I don't feel well. Oh, well, I'm sorry. If your symptoms get worse, call us back. And then they left. Well, the person did get worse, and then their breathing started. Like initially, they had the fever, the, the, the extremities were cold, um, food tasted weird, had like a metal taste, headache, and they were progressively getting worse. So when the person's breathing started to get hampered, they go to the doctor, oh, to the hospital. They were driven to the hospital. They said, yeah, we think you have COVID. And they didn't do a diagnostic. They didn't do any x-ray on him, anything. They just said, oh, you probably have COVID. And they send him back home. And then the next day, they really couldn't breathe. And they brought him back and they kept him there. That person was in the hospital for almost 14 days. And at the last day, or the day before he was to leave, did they finally give him an x ray? Why did they wait 2 weeks to give him an x ray? And then they discovered, get this, oh, you have blood clots in your lungs, both of your lungs. Oh, I'm sorry, we can't do anything more for you, so you have to leave. And then they said, but we'll give you this oxygen, and they gave him some device to blow in to help strengthen his lungs. And that was it. So that happened in April of last year, 2020. So you ask yourself, okay, um, here this person really wasn't feeling well and problem breathe. Why would you send him home? A man with clots in his lungs. Why? Because see, people also get sick by being in a hospital. You have people who go to hospitals who are relatively healthy. Let's say they just had a procedure, you know. Let's say they wanted a bunion removed or something, and they get sick from some disease, a virus or bacteria, because they're in a hospital. Diseases are in hospitals, and you can die from the diseases that the hospital gave you, not because of the condition you're being treated for. So either way, why even have people go to these urgent care places, get tested for the virus, when you can't do a damn thing for them? There is no oral medication to give to anybody who gets tested positive. So you just have to go back home. And then of the people who died, how many of them took that drug, that IV? Because the only treatment for COVID is if you're hospitalized, and it's IV medication. They put it in your IV. And as I mentioned, the World Health Organization says that it's ineffective. It cannot treat COVID. So why are they giving you it? See that? See that? There's something that's going on that's fishy about this COVID. There's something fishy going on. So you have this, the FDA and the World Health Organization, that there's no, that they both said there's nothing for the to treat. There's no oral medication for COVID, and they say that it doesn't work. There's something up. There's something else also that a lot of times they want to test you for COVID, but they don't test you for pneumonia or the flu. I think it's the flu. I'm sorry. I think it's the flu that you have people who are dying. Like he does a study also of the people what are they dying from, and it turns out that many of the people who have died uh, testing positive for COVID had also had pneumonia, and that people are actually dying from pneumonia because they're not treating the pneumonia, and so they die from pneumonia. And again, as the World Health Organization says, that Remedrol, whatever that how you pronounce that name, is ineffective. So it's like a catch. You're going around in circles. You're going around in circles, and then now they want you to take a vaccine. Why take a vaccine? It does not prevent the spread. Because remember, there's another catch-22. That you can take the vaccine and feel better, but you could be a carrier. You hear where I'm coming from, viewer? Do you hear what I'm really getting at? They're telling you anything just to screw your head. Oh, get tested. Get tested for COVID. Oh, but by the way, there's no oral medication to treat you for COVID, even if you test positive. And even if you're in a hospital being treated for severe cases of COVID, oh, well, the World Health Organization said that medication is ineffective for treating the disease. And all these people, these countries in Asia, they have 0 deaths for COVID, some of them. And even China, they have low numbers, 4,000 plus, while the U.S. has over 100,000. There's something up. And someone's not making sense to me. And it sounds like all this is hyped up because it was election year and they needed to make an excuse in order to invade the election, to send out mailing ballots, knowing that they're going to have people take those blank ballots and vote 10 times. This is all baloney. Yes, people are dying, but they're dying from regular colds, flus, and pneumonia. It's cold flu season, and that's all that's happening. And you have to listen very closely to the terminology, what they say. Like recently, what's his name? Larry King, the interviewer, he passed away a couple of days ago. And they say, yes, he died. And he tested, he was positive for COVID. If I said HIV by accident, COVID. He tested positive for COVID. But it doesn't mean that he died from COVID. This is what the media is saying to try to trick you. They'll say someone passed away, but they tested positive for COVID. But also, the person had a slew of other illnesses. He was an 87-year-old man who had cancer, who smoked, who, there was some other thing. He had a lot of things going on. He's an 87-year-old guy. But the last thing they want you to hear is COVID, COVID. He tested positive for COVID. But that's not what killed him, okay? Listen very carefully. It's being tested positive for something does not mean that's what got you sick or that, that killed you. It doesn't mean a damn thing that someone tested positive. Again, people can get false positives 80% of the time, according to the person that devised that test. The person that devised the test that they use them for determining if someone has COVID, for one thing, he said he did not devise that test to test if you have COVID. So why are they using that test to see if you have COVID? When the inventor of that test said it does not test for COVID because he didn't make that test to find out if you're positive for it. We're being hoodwinked, in my opinion. It's just my opinion. I'm not a doctor. You feel sick, you do what you normally do when you get sick. It's your body, your life. But I'm seeing that people are being hyped. Oh, and also, our new administration is not saying, oh, let's let the people go back to work. See that? President Trump was saying that all along. Bring the people, have them, go back to work. But you had people in government that opposed Trump that said, no, keep them at home. He said, this is hurting our economy. People are committing suicide. They're stressed out. Have them go back to work. And they said no. Now that Trump is out, President Trump is out, now the new administration says, let's lessen the ban, on the population. Let them go out and work or do X, Y, and Z. See that? See the correlation? That's what they wanted to do. They wanted to cause havoc and a name blame against the prior administration. It didn't matter what. His opposition, Trump's opposition said, oh, let's give another stimulus packet of $600. Then President Trump says, hey, let's make it 2,000. Oh, no, we don't want to make it that high. And they're supposed to be representing you, these people, right? This new administration, right? Why would they say no to the 2,000? See, it doesn't matter. They just want to play opposition. This whole thing, I think, was just a farce because it was election year. There's no real pandemic where it came from in China. There's no, so why is that certain countries, they have it? Maybe they were involved with this election thing and trying to screw us over. Yeah. So that's all I want to talk about. Yeah, I covered everything that's on this paper here. Yeah. So today I might go to the eye doctor, just make sure my eyes are okay. Yeah, I don't want to have to go, but I want to play smart with my eyes. It could be the orbs that I saw that went in my eye. Yeah, I have videos of the orbs, and if they ask me about it, I'll show them the video. I say, hey, I think one of these things went in my eye. I don't want them to think I'm crazy. I'm a vet. And some things you tell people, they believe everything is in your imagination, you know? So you have to have your proof. That's also what this channel's about. Having my proof, having my backup, and then present it. Say, I was having these flutter in my eyes, this bright lights in my eye all of a sudden. Uh, what's the cause of it? Yeah. So that's it. Yeah, wow. I see that the sun is slowly coming up. I can't. Let's see. Oh wow. It's 10 to 7. Wow, I've been on for a long time. Yeah. So let me go, folks. Yeah, this was another live stream. I hope you enjoyed it. And yes, I advise you, people, I mean, your health always comes first, you know. Do what you know is right for your body, do what is right for your family. But in the meanwhile, take a look at these statistics that this YouTuber has shared. Again, he's only presenting the data, and he could make it in the statistics in a pie form or a bar form, and he's explaining the data, what the data says. It's not about feelings and all that. It's about data. Yeah, check him out. His name is John E. as in Edward Hoover. He's a YouTuber. Again, I generally do not give out YouTubers' names, but this is a resource. I share this information as a resource for you to share, for you to look at if you feel like looking at it. And if you think it's valuable, you can share it with your friends and family members. So, I hope you enjoyed this live stream. Enjoy your day, peace and love. And those of you who like my channel, who want to support me, you can do so by PayPaling me. You'll see the PayPal link on the top banner of my channel, Spirit Journey. Click on that link and follow the prompt. Any amount would be greatly appreciated. Peace, love, and joy to you. Stay well. Get some fresh air if you can get some fresh air. Bundle up, you know, if you live in a cold climate like where I do in New York City, you know, try to cover your neck and your chest and everything, your head to stay comfy wumpy, okay? Yeah. So I thank you again. Take care, guys. Enjoy your day. Bye bye.